Ian Roussel doesn't just build cars, he creates masterpieces. Whether it's something from the junkyard or space, get ready to explore 10 amazing custom builds that show his incredible talent and unique ways of bringing ideas to life. We're kicking things off with Ian's ultimate showcase of resourcefulness, the junkyard racer. Imagine this, a trip to the local junkyard where most people see trash, Ian sees potential. Body panels from different makes and models, a patchy but functional engine built from scavenged parts, and Ian's unrelenting creativity combined to craft this lean, mean racing machine. This car isn't just another build, it's a rolling testament to Ian's build it, don't buy it philosophy. Its patchwork design tells a story of ingenuity, with every piece holding a bit of history. The minimalist interior features raw, unpolished metal finishes, giving the car a rugged, no-frills personality. But the true heart of this racer lies in its custom-built engine, a Frankenstein creation that Ian pieced together from whatever he could get his hands on. The story behind this car's creation is just as gripping. While wandering through a junkyard one weekend, Ian stumbled upon a rusting heap of parts that everyone else had overlooked. Where others saw a pile of useless junk, Ian saw the bones of a race-ready beast. Armed with nothing but his tools of vision and his signature grit, Ian worked tirelessly to cut, weld, and transform those discarded pieces into a roaring racing machine. When it was finally ready, Ian couldn't wait to put the junkyard racer to the test. He took it out to a dusty dirt track and floored it, watching the car come alive as it tore through the terrain. It wasn't the prettiest or the fastest car there, but it had something that the others didn't: heart. This car is a reminder that creativity thrives even when resources are scarce. The junkyard racer is all about making the most of what you got, a mantra Ian lives by. It's proof that with vision and determination, you can turn anything into art and maybe even win a race or two. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to meet the ultimate outlaw of the car world, the Rat Rod Beast. This isn't your ordinary ride, it's a wild, unapologetic powerhouse that practically growls rebellion. Imagine a hulking machine with rusted metal panels that wear their wear and tear like battle scars. Now, throw in a fire-breathing supercharged V8 engine that'll rattle your bones just hearing it roar. This car doesn't just blend in, it makes an entrance. Ian Roussel, the mastermind behind this creation, has always had a knack for seeing beauty where others see junk. The story goes that Ian spotted the skeletal remains of this car while exploring a forgotten scrapyard. Most people would have walked past it, shaking their heads, but not Ian. He stood there, eyes gleaming, already envisioning the ferocious monster it could become. "I could see it right there, like a rough diamond begging to shine," Ian once said with a grin. After weeks of late-night welding, scavenging for parts, and sheer determination, the Rat Rod Beast came to life. Its debut at a local car show, a complete mic drop moment. Crowds flocked to this gritty masterpiece, drawn by its raw charm and rebellious aura. Every rivet, every exposed engine component tells the story of Ian's relentless creativity. But here's the real thrill. Driving this monster, Ian describes it as like wrestling with a grizzly bear. The stripped-down interior amplifies every rumble of the engine, every turn of the wheels, making it an adrenaline-pumping ride you'll never forget. The Rat Rod Beast isn't just a car, it's a statement. It's proof that beauty doesn't have to be polished and pristine. Sometimes it's the rough edges and the raw power that leave the biggest impression. Have you ever seen a tiny car with a big attitude? Well, here we have the Micro Car Monster, a little vehicle that's all about oversized fun. Imagine this. A small, almost cartoonish car with massive tires, a turbocharged engine packed into its compact frame, and a paint job so bold it's impossible not to notice. It's like a Hot Wheels car that grew up and got a turbo boost. How cool is that? The story behind this creation is pure Ian Roussel magic. One day, while digging through a swap meet, Ian spotted the original microcar sitting in the corner ignored by others. But for Ian, it was a treasure waiting for a wild transformation. It was like it was begging for a second chance, Ian recalled, and so with his usual creativity, Ian took it home to begin what would become one of his most playful builds yet. After weeks of work, the Microcar Monster was ready to make a splash. Its oversized tire and lifted suspension made it look like a toy that somehow came to life. And let me tell you, this tiny beast is surprisingly fast. It breezes through dirt trails, tackles muddy tracks, and leaves bigger cars in the dust. Ian couldn't contain his excitement the first time he took it out in public. "I drove it through town and everyone turned to look. Kids were laughing and pointing, and even the hardcore car guys couldn't help but smile," he said. For Ian, it was a reminder that custom cars don't always have to be fierce or fast in the traditional sense. Sometimes they just need to be fun. The micro car monster proves that at the end of the day, cars aren't just about getting you from point A to B. They're about bringing the joy and embracing the adventure. At number 7, we have a car that's as adventurous as its creator, the amphibious vehicle. Imagine cruising down the road, reaching a lake, and driving straight into the water without a second thought. That's the magic of this dual-purpose masterpiece. For Ian, this build isn't just about engineering, it's a nod to his childhood dreams. Growing up watching adventure shows where the heroes always had vehicles with endless capabilities, Ian couldn't help but wonder, why can't I have that in real life? So he set out to create a ride that could conquer both land and water. What he came up with is a vehicle that could do just that. An off-roader with rugged tires for rough terrains, a sealed body to keep water out, and a propeller system that lets it glide across lakes with ease. But as with any Ian Roussel creation, there's always more than meets the eye. The amphibious vehicle was the product of countless hours of testing, tweaking, and perfecting the drivetrain and waterproofing. Ian recalls one of the most satisfying moments when it first transitioned smoothly from land to water. That feeling of relief and exhilaration was something he'd never forget. It was a true eureka moment, confirming that all the hard work had paid off. The interior doesn't fall short either, with marine-grade materials and glowing gauges making it just as functional as it is fun. Ian loves to take it on camping trips, exploring remote lakesides that most vehicles can't dream of reaching. This build is more than just a car, it's a symbol of Ian's adventurous spirit and his ability to turn the wildest ideas into reality. The amphibious vehicle proves that a car's true potential is limited only by imagination. Rolling in at number 6, we have Ian's most artistic creation, the steampunk car. This isn't just a vehicle, it's a rolling time machine straight out of a Victorian sci-fi novel. I mean, can you even imagine cruising in this thing? It's like stepping into a completely different era. The steampunk car is a masterpiece of craftsmanship, blending copper and brass accents with exposed gears, piping, and antique-style gauges. It's as if Jules Verne himself had a hand in its design. Seriously, every inch of this car looks like it could belong to a mad scientist's workshop. Just stunning. Ian was determined to make this build a tribute to the steampunk aesthetic, a fusion of vintage elegance with a futuristic twist. And guess what? He nailed it. The idea for the steampunk car came to Ian during one of his late-night binges of old sci-fi movies. We've all been there, right? Watching those movies where everything feels like a big adventure and you just want to dive right in. Inspired by the intricate machinery in those films, Ian sketched out a design that seamlessly married function and fantasy. But of course, building it wasn't easy. It took months of sourcing authentic materials and customizing parts. Yet Ian's meticulous attention to detail made it all worth it. When the car was unveiled at a custom car event, it stole the show. People were practically flocking to it. From the riveted seams to the steam-inspired exhaust pipes, this thing was a true head-turner. And get this, Ian even installed a small steam generator just for fun, so the car releases puffs of steam as it cruises. Now that's an extra touch of magic. The steampunk car is more than just a ride, it's an experience. A blend of art and engineering. It's a story on wheels that transports you into a world of imagination. At number 5, we dive into one of Ian's most resourceful builds, the Junkyard Racer. Picture a car built entirely from salvaged parts, patchwork body panels, mixed engine components, and a raw minimalist interior. This isn't just a car, it's a testament to Ian's creativity and ingenuity. Can you feel the excitement already? A true testament to turning nothing into something incredible. The story begins when Ian spotted a rusted-out frame sitting in a scrapyard. To most, it looked like a scrap metal destined for the crusher, but Ian saw potential. This is where the magic happens, folks. Ian doesn't just see junk, he sees possibilities. With his signature determination, he began piecing together parts from different vehicles, turning what was once junk into a lean, mean racing machine. You gotta love a guy who can turn a scrapyard into a treasure chest. The body of the Junkyard Racer is a mosaic of mismatched panels, each telling a story of its origin. One fender came from a 1960s classic, a hood from an 80s sedan, and the doors, well, those are straight off a pickup truck. Talk about making something unique. Ian didn't just make it functional, he made it fast too. The custom engine roars to life with surprising power, and its light frame gives it incredible agility on the track. You'd never expect this car to perform the way it does, and that's the beauty of it. This car's not about perfection, it's about character. Ian recalls testing it on a deserted stretch of road where its patchwork exterior belied its impressive performance. The sound of that engine, it's a roar of triumph. The Junkyard Racer embodies Ian's philosophy that every car, no matter how broken, has a second chance. Proof that with vision and grit, greatness can be built from the most unexpected places. Revving into the fourth spot, we got the Dragster Hot Rod, a machine that just screams speed and style. With its extended front end, exposed engine components, and a vintage flathead V8, this car's a nod to the golden age of drag racing. Ian's inspiration for the Dragster Hot Rod came from his love of old-school drag races. He wanted to capture the raw excitement of those high-stakes quarter-mile sprints while giving it his unique twist. The result? A stripped-down, lightweight build designed for one thing: speed. The car's elongated front end not only gives it a menacing look, but also provides space for its powerhouse engine. Ian custom built the headers to amplify the V8's growl, and the exhaust note alone is enough to make your heart race. The interior is pure function, no frills, just the essentials to keep weight down and performance up. During testing, Ian pushed the Dragster Hot Rod to its limits on a local strip, clocking jaw-dropping times that left onlookers in awe. He recalls the rush of adrenaline as he hit top speed, the roar of the engine blending with cheers from the sidelines. This build's a love letter to drag racing and a testament to Ian's skill in blending classic elements with modern craftsmanship. Whether it's parked at a show or tearing up the track, the Dragster Hot Rod is impossible to ignore. Sliding in now to the top 3 is the Futuristic Roadster, a car so stunning it feels like it's been pulled out of a 50s concept catalog. With its sweeping handmade metal body, jaw-dropping bubble canopy, and modern powerhouse drivetrain, this build is where retro dreams meet futuristic flair. Seriously, this car doesn't just turn heads, it stops traffic. This masterpiece stems from Ian's fascination with the Jet Age design era. As a young boy, he spent hours flipping through books of concept cars that look like rocket ships on wheels. That sense of wonder stayed with him, inspiring a creation that's part art, part engineering marvel, and all heart. It's a love letter to an era that imagined flying cars and a limitless future. Now, let's talk about the bubble canopy. It's the star of the show. It gives the car a sleek space-age vibe and offers a panoramic view that makes the driver feel like they're piloting a spaceship. Combine that with the smooth, flowing lines of the hand-formed metal body, and you got a car that looks like it's speeding through time even when it's parked. And don't let its vintage charm fool you. This beauty packs a modern drivetrain, delivering serious performance on the road. Every inch of this roadster screams perfection. Ian spent weeks refining the metallic paint, ensuring it shines like liquid silver under the sun. The interior is just as breathtaking, blending retro-style gauges with cutting-edge tech for a ride that's equal parts nostalgic and futuristic. The Futuristic Roadster isn't just a car, it's a conversation starter, a rolling work of art, a testament to bold creativity. It's the kind of ride that makes people dream big, reminding everyone that with enough vision, the impossible becomes possible. Our runner-up is the Grasshopper, a radical dune buggy that's as bold as it is functional. With its custom fiberglass body, Grasshopper-inspired design elements, and vibrant green paint job, this off-road beast is impossible to miss. And trust me, it's even cooler up close. Ian built the Grasshopper as a tribute to off-road culture, a world he's always admired for its adventurous spirit. Growing up, Ian spent weekends watching dune buggies race across deserts on TV, dreaming of building one himself one day. Now he's living that dream and smashing it out of the park. He envisioned a buggy that could conquer tough terrains while looking like it belonged in a sci-fi movie. And wow, did he deliver. The name Grasshopper isn't just a nod to its color, it's also a reflection of the car's incredible agility. Ian crafted a suspension system designed for insane jumps and rough landings, and he tested it with some wild stunts during its build process. Spoiler alert, it handled everything like a champ. Its sleek futuristic designs packed with practical features like reinforced bumpers and skid plates, making it ready for any challenge. Ian loves taking the Grasshopper out to remote trails where its one-of-a-kind look always draws looks. For him, the Grasshopper represents freedom, the ability to explore, conquer, and turn heads all at the same time. It's not just a buggy, it's an adventure machine. Taking the crown at number 1 is the ultimate fusion of creativity, craftsmanship, and sheer imagination, the Space Junkie. This car isn't just a vehicle, it's a dream on wheels, blending Ian Russell's love for sci-fi and custom engineering into a masterpiece that feels like it belongs on another planet. Can you even imagine? This car is a whole new universe of awesome. Ian's vision for the Space Junkie came from his lifelong fascination with space exploration. Growing up, he was captivated by stories of astronauts, rockets, and the boundless potential of the universe. Space nerd alert! How amazing is it that Ian turned this childhood passion into this? With that inspiration in mind, Ian set out to create a car that would embody the same sense of wonder and adventure. The result? A car that feels like it's ready to take off. The Space Junkie's sleek aerodynamic body is adorned with metallic finishes that shimmer like a spaceship under the stars. It's like a car and a spaceship had a baby. Custom jet-inspired exhaust pipes roar to life when you fire up the engine, and the glowing gauges and controls in the interior make you feel like you're piloting a spacecraft. Imagine driving this. You'd feel like you were cruising through the galaxy. What sets this car apart is its balance of style and functionality. Despite its out-of-this-world aesthetic, the Space Junkie's fully drivable and remarkably practical for its class. It's got the look and the moves. Ian meticulously fine-tuned every aspect from the futuristic suspension system to the high-performance engine, ensuring it performs as well as it looks. One of the most memorable moments with this car came during its debut at a custom car show. As Ian drove it onto the stage, the audience erupted in applause, mesmerized by its spaceship-like appearance. The crowd went wild. For Ian, the Space Junkie's more than just a car. It's a symbol of dreaming big and pushing boundaries, reminding us that the sky is no limit. It's not just a build, it's a statement. From scrappy racers to the Space Junkie, Ian Russell's builds redefine what cars can be. Which one blew your mind the most? Let us know, and stay tuned for more incredible creations.